I said that I grabbed every single lady's hearts, would you believe me? When I was a child, I attended the Assembly of God's Church every chance I had, and I grew up with a deep passion for gospel music. Every day I would sing in front of the audience, and by the time I was 11, I started to play the guitar, but I was different, not like the others. I played music by ear and not by reading it. I even got the hearts of all the ladies back then and now. This is who I am, and this is how I, the king of rock, rose up in fame, Elvis Presley. I was born in Tupelo, Mississippi with my loving parents. Although my family was hard on money, they got me a guitar they got my first guitar at the Tupelo hardware store. By the time I was 13, I mastered my guitar skills and moved all the way to Memphis, Tennessee. That's when my trusty first ever producer, Sam Phillips, introduced me to a new music career lifestyle in Sun Records that changed my life forever. I began my music career back in 1954 when I first met Sam, and he told me that he wanted to bring African American style music into the world and make everyone listen to it. In 1956, I made my first single, which was Heartbreak Hotel, and became the #1 hit in the US, and within a year, I sold over 10 million copies. I also starred in many hit movies and television shows, as I began my television debut in 1956, and made many appearances in the series stage show, The Steve Allen Show, and the Milton Berle Show. The first movie I ever starred in was Love Me Tender, and began to star in 31 more other movies, and became a top box Hollywood office draw. Creating music without a goal is just plain simple, and I'm not one of them. My dream was to create rock and roll where every person in the world could tune in and enjoy it together, despite different cultural backgrounds. Although it may seem like a rocky goal, I bore it in mind and persevered, and eventually everybody loved my songs as I combined the blending blues, country, and gospel all into my jams. And everybody all around the world tuned into my songs and eventually made me an international star. Some things to note about me was that I created over 150 singles and albums certified gold and multi-platinum, which was beyond crazy because only 2 other artists aside from me in the whole world during the time had over that many singles, more or less certified platinum or gold. I also influenced many artists across the whole world, bands and artists such as the Beatles and David Bowie. And I guess you could say I was one of the cool boys back then and was the leader of them all. Over all my albums I created, I had 53 top 40 albums on the top 200 Billboard chart. I had a daughter. Her name was Lisa Marie Presley. I adore her deeply, and she holds a special place in my heart. Unfortunately, I was human just like you guys, and at the age of 42, I passed away on August 16, 1977 at Graceland in Memphis, Tennessee. For the few years before my passing, I took an overloading amount of drugs and suffered many health issues, such as heart and lung diseases, which contributed greatly to my decline. I held my last concert in June 26, 1977 in Memphis, and was buried alive in the Meditation Garden in Graceland. Although my soul was in heaven, my soul in music never disappeared, as my legacy in music still gets tuned into by people to this day. Now, you guys all know how I made an impact on world history, right? Oh, come on. You guys never listen to me? I'm playing with you guys. Anyway, I impacted history with my rock and roll jam with music created by yours truly. I broke the racial barriers with tunes from all over the globe and created different culturally styled music. My quote states that some people tap their feet, some people snap their fingers, and some people sway back and forth. I just sort of do them all together, I guess. This represents me creating every single culture music together and creating a world of rock and roll music. Thank you for tuning in.